All right, let me answer this one. All right. Boom. All right, everybody, ready to go? We are going to get started. Guys, this is session one of the foundational principles of success. And guess who your speaker is? It's me today. Now, this is a part of the new foundation that I've started. Well, not new, I've decided to activate it. It's called the CJ's Functional Fitness Foundation. And I always wanted to do something like this for our youth or for anybody that needed the help, that needed help pushing along the way in life, that need that little boost, or maybe have that talk that no one else had from another source. If you're a youth and you're tuning in, I know you've probably heard it all from your parents and, God, they just don't understand. And for you parents out there that are chiming in, this would probably be a good resource because this is someone talking to you, your children, your youth, that it's just another voice of reassurance of ground principles, all right? So here's the deal. Give me 30 to 40 minutes of your time. Question and answers. We'll go through a little PowerPoint and then we'll move on. Now, the goal for the foundational principles of success is to have once a month meetings with different guests. So it can't be me all the time, okay? Different subject matters, some conceptual, like the one we're gonna have today, basic principles, some very detailed, like finance, accounting, how to manage your money, where to go, what to do. I have speakers lined up for that, overcoming adversity, the formulas to do that. Today, we're just gonna talk about foundational principles that can help. It's never too late to start these principles. Never too late to start. It can start today. If you master these basic principles and attach it to your vision of what you want to do in life, as to your dream job or your dream entrepreneurship goals, then you will be fine. All right. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. I have co-host Eva Joseph, my wife. She will chime people in as they come in. We're going to get started right with the PowerPoint. And Eva, thank you so much for your help. Jackie, thank you so much for helping promote this event. And welcome to our first guests, Keyshawn and Jackie. Welcome. And let's get started. Boom. All right. All right, guys. Make sure everybody, Eva, can you see the screen clear for everybody?
Everything's great, yes.
All right. Okay. Again, this is CJ's Functional Fitness Foundation's foundational principles of success. Okay. This is a series for our youth and for our young at heart that need a recharge on rebuilding their dreams. Again, today we're going to talk about foundational principles. We're going to talk about practicing successful habits and self-discipline. This will get you far in life. We all have dreams. We all have something we want to do in life, but you need a base formula to build upon and develop habits from. So let's get started with it. What do? God has blessed me to do many things with the balance of discipline through these concepts of foundational principles, okay? He's blessed me to be a personal trainer. I am the CEO, okay? Chief Executive Officer of CJ's Functional Fitness. Now listen, I'm not bragging. It is what it is. I work hard to call myself CEO of CJ's Functional Fitness, but there's so much more to me because of my discipline practices. I'm also a producer, okay? Through my dreams and visions and discipline, I was able to produce my first TV pilot called Battle of the Bulge LA, okay? Now, the success is how I got to do it and how I got 20 people and 12 trainers to come in for free and help film this pilot. That is success in itself, okay? And that took a lot of success building from principles within that I developed for myself and that my father, Milton Joseph, taught me. My mother, Margie Joseph, taught me. Now, I understand that there may be people out there that don't have mothers or fathers that have these conversations, right? But guess what? That's our job. Our job is to reach back and have these conversations to those that never had this conversation of success. So I already told you, for those just chiming in, hey, look, I am a Jacqueline Glover, producer of Battle of Beaujolais, certified fitness trainer. Guess what? CEO of CJ's Functional Fitness. But wait, there's more. I'm also a book writer. I'm the author of the book, Navigating Through the Valleys of Success, A Perspective in the Thick of It. That was the first version. The second version, Navigating Through the Valleys of Success, A Perspective in Perseverance. What happened was the independent version did well enough for a Brookstone publishing company to take my book and change the title a little bit, but keep everything the same and upgrade the cover and the artwork, okay? That came from discipline. That came from me honing in, deciding that I'm going to write a book using the foundational principles and then go ahead and writing that book. I did it, I put it out, it's been advertised, it's on Amazon, great reviews. That's success, okay? So putting this out here, not to brag to you guys, but to tell you that I'm credible standing here before you, and as my other guests will do the same, okay? We will hook up our guests as they come. If you wanna find out more about that, go to www.cleonjoseph.com, and I left it on the screen for you guys to copy if you need it. We'll also send a recording as we go along. Moving forward. All right. The thing I have going right now, along with everything else I'm doing, is I have a show called Mentorship Moments, Each One Teach One, where we talk about up-to-date issues that are troubling our community. I bring on guests to help us get better. We talk about everything from wellness and fitness, because I'm a fitness coach, right? But we also talk about spiritual, mental health. Sometimes we talk about politics. We talk about things like domestic violence. It is a full-on show to get some real answers from real people that are doing the work to help our community come together, get bigger, and get better, okay? So you get to see that show, Mentorship Moments, on my YouTube channel, Cleon Joseph /CJFF. So now you know all I do. On top of that, I'm a public servant. I've been doing that for 26 years, and I'm very proud of it. So God has blessed me, but it took certain principles to get me here. Are you guys ready to get started? I'm ready. All right, if there are any questions in the chat, you know, Eva will look it up, and then we'll get into it moving forward. All right, so here we are. We're in it now. We want to build your value. We want to make you more valuable, okay? And we want to make you more valuable right now. Right now. It starts today. It starts with these principles, okay? Listen, no foundation, no success. I know some of y'all look at athletes and some of our musical artists that are doing well, and you think that, or some of our actors and actresses that are doing well, and you think that someone just saw them in a restaurant, all of a sudden they're famous. No, that is a lie. They all had foundations to get to success. Now, what time in life, I don't know. But in order to get successful and remain successful, they had to build a foundation. So listen to me, guys. No foundation, there is no success. So let's cover up some bullet points here. And I want you to key on the term on the bottom. The answer, I'll give you the answer first. The answer is make people feel that hope lies inside of you, okay? I'll explain it in detail in a second, but let's get to some of these bullet points. Listen, every contact you have with a human being must have a positive effect. Point one. Now, not everybody can do that. It's a habit that you have to train. Every time you greet someone, make it an effective greeting, okay? And make it positive, okay? Not mean mugging, you know, not eyeballing, not staring. If the situation is safe, you know, it's okay to go say, hey, how are you today? That leaves an impression on people. And you know what the response will be sometime nowadays in 2021? Wow, the person said hello. Well, hi, how are you? It starts there. You know, when somebody says hello to you, come back with even better hello. Hello, how are you? How was your day? Make it all about them, no matter if the moment's 2 seconds at a gas station or a liquor store or 30 minutes for a job interview. Make it about them. Make that person feel good about yourself. You only have seconds to minutes to make that a possibility. Every contact you have must have a positive effect. This is one of my mantras. Keep your word. If you say it, you do it. Period. No ifs, ands, or but. If you tell somebody, I am going to be here and do this at this set time, you go out of your way to be there. That puts a lasting effect in a person's brain that you are dependable. It's not about success and failure now. At this stage, I'm formulating, how do I make myself dependable to the people around me? How do I get people to understand that I'm the guy? Well, it starts by keeping your word, no matter how great or how small. How do I practice it at home? So for you youth watching at home and you're 10 and up, and you say, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my room tomorrow. All right, well, tomorrow's here and you didn't clean your room. Well, that does not leave a positive effect. Unfortunately, your parents have to love you. Trust me, I got grown kids at home, I'm going through it, right? You know, they are gonna love you the rest of your life, and they're gonna be patient with your building, but not out there in the public sector. If you say you're going to do something, clean something, mow something, hand something off, man, you make sure you do it, and you do it better than anybody else. When you can, when it's feasible, help others regularly. What you're doing is you're building yourself into a person's brain and memory as a person that they can come to for help. Oh, we're going to let Margaret come on in. Eva, you got it?
Yes.
Okay, yes. All right. Help others regularly. Now, listen, hey, we are living in different times, right? I'm not saying go up to perfect strangers and help you. What I'm saying is, when you start developing your circle of acquaintances, not friends, acquaintances, and they need help with something, be that person when you offer the help to go above and beyond that help. Because what you're doing is, you may not see it now in 2021 when you're in high school, junior high school, wherever you're at right now. But 10 years from now, when they're successful in life and they need to find somebody to hire or find somebody to work for or somebody to do a project with, they will always remember you when you pop up in their surroundings. That is an incredible secret. So step one, every contact must have a positive effect, all right? And with that, keep your word, come through with what you say. Help others regularly. All right, here's the next point. Now, is that last sentence making sense now? Make people think that hope lies inside of you. All right, we got some more points to expound upon that. This is huge. This is huge. My wife can attest to this because, you know, many times she gets frustrated because I come home late. Work harder than everyone, but you know what? She has the same gift too. She works harder than everyone too, right? So we're both laughing at each other, man, because we late, right? All right, listen. I like to think of two people that I've worked for briefly in my life. My father, Milton Joseph. That's not briefly. I've lived with him all my life, right? And somebody we all know who's no longer with us, Kobe Bryant. I had a brief chance to work with Kobe Bryant. I was his bodyguard for a minute, / personal assistant for 1 year. And when he talks about work ethic, that was not a joke. The Mamba mentality is real, okay? First person on the court for practice, last person to leave. That's the work ethic you need, not just for sports. That's the work ethic you need for everything your dreams you want to accomplish, school, whatever. So, oh man, but I suck at school. But you know what? You still can work harder than everybody else. Somebody's A may be your B. So your B might be somebody else's A. Work hard at it. You can do better. Get to places on time, get there early. Get there early. Show yourself that you care, you value yourself. Show yourself that you value the person that you're about to provide service for, okay? And that means a lot. Half the reason my businesses are successful is not even just because of what I do. Anybody can train people to lose weight. Anybody can write a book. It's the ethic it takes. It's me showing up at the meetings first and early. It's setting up things for people first and early, and then letting them see me work harder than anybody on the floor. That also ingrains in somebody's mind. Every person you touch have that positive effect. It also ingrains in that person's mind that at some point in time, I'm going to be the go-to guy once I establish my vision and purpose, okay? I told you this is real talk. This is foundational, man. I hope you guys are getting this, right? Cool. Next. This is huge, guys. We don't borrow money. Yes. At some point in your life, you're going to need funds from somebody somewhere. I needed to borrow a couple of times from my business. But when you borrow, you return the money as fast as possible. You make it priority to make sure your debts are paid. I'm gonna give you the simplest example. Hey, bro, let me borrow $5 to get this little Starbucks coffee. I got you next time, right? Cool. Did you establish a relationship? Absolutely. Did you make a promise? Yes. You asked your buddy to hook you up $5 for a Starbucks coffee, and you would take care of it the next time. 2 months later, you never took care of that promise. You never hooked that person up with their Starbucks. Do you think that that is not on that person's mind? It might not be that serious, but at the end of the day, when I talk to, who's out there, Jacqueline, and I think of Jacqueline in the near future, is this a person that honors their word? Now, what we talked about was on a small scale, but it matters, okay? So let's flip it. All right, so I loaned the money for Starbucks to Jacqueline. And the next day, we're driving past the Starbucks and Jacqueline goes, hey, there's Starbucks, let me go hook you up. Flip it. How would that make you feel about that person that honored that contract and did it immediately, okay? Fast forward, I did a deal at a bank, brand new business, CJ's Functional Fitness. I was only like 2 years in, and I decided to go to a bank. I decided to go to a bank and get a business loan. Business was doing so good, the economy's down. I wanted to put billboards all over the city so everybody knew who CJ the trainer was, the new training sensation, right? So I go to this bank, First Financial, and the lady tells me to write out a business plan. And she gives me the business plan and a program to help me with the business plan and a deadline to have the business plan done. All right, gave me 2 weeks. I got it done in 3 days and brought it to her. She gave me the loan. Thank God, because I had great credit. We'll talk about it in another segment. And so did my wife. My wife had better credit than I do, if she remembers the story well. And we got the loan. Now, the loan was a 5-year loan, okay? I made sure that I got that loan paid in 2 years. Well, you know what that cost? Every year I would get a call from that bank asking me if I needed another loan to do business, okay? Why? Because I paid them back so fast, I became dependable, okay? So now, let's go back to the bottom line. Make people feel that hope lies in you for them. It's not just for you, it's for them. Get out of here. I hope you guys are absorbing some of these nuggets, okay? And for those of you that missed it, tell a friend, because we're gonna do this again, all right? Here's the big one. Value time. Value time. Your time is important, so is other people's time is important, okay? It's important that when you are providing a service or helping someone, you say you're gonna be on that date at 8 o'clock, you say you're gonna be at that job at 8 o'clock, that you're there waiting outside at 7:45, 7:50, and you're prepping to get in. It's so important because when that person comes in on time and sees you out there waiting, they see that you're hungry. They see that you're serious about not just you, you're serious about them. You care about them too. You have no idea when you tell a person you're going to be at a certain place in a certain time for a job or a role or a gig, and they've been preparing themselves for that moment, and then you show up late hoping that it's not a big thing. No, it is important to start on time. It's very important. You need to value not just your time, but you have to value others. You have no idea the blessings that are waiting for you when you start habits like that. Trust me, trust me. Again, I got to read this point again. Make people feel that hope lies in you, okay? Not for you, for them. And then the last thing, guys, I need you to be honest, even when it's difficult. All right, so let's go back up. We talked about value and time. All right, sometimes this happens. I'm on my way to a certain event and I set my ways, I set all my apps, my GPS, and GPS says I'm gonna get there at 7:40. But all of a sudden traffic is jammed and I realize I'm going to be late. You have to be honest even when it's difficult. You know what you do? You call your peeps and you say, hey, you get on the phone and you call them. Hey, Waze had me at 7:40. I'm stuck in traffic right here, right now. I am on my way. Click. You know what that does? It's almost like saying, I'm sorry, but there's a legitimate concern. I value you enough to call you. I'm on my way. In fact, I left early, but here's where I'm at. Things do happen. Call, notify. Be honest when it's difficult. I know what some people are thinking. Man, I'll just show up and hope for the best. Don't do that. It is disrespectful. You rarely want this to happen, but when it does, I call it falling on the sword and falling all the way on the sword, meaning there's no excuses. It is what it is. I'm going to be late, but here's why, okay? And after that, you deal with the consequences. The consequences will be positive if you do that. They will be negative if you just casually show up late, everybody's already in the groove. It doesn't work. You're not valuing time. Be honest when it's difficult. All right, that's one variation. Second variation, when somebody wants to hear the truth from you, choose the truth at all times. Now, later on, we'll talk about how to be careful with that, but you have to be honest, even when it's difficult, because what you're establishing is integrity. So no matter what, even if a person didn't like the truth that it came from me, but at least they can close their eyes and always say that, hey, Keyshawn, that guy, you know what? No matter what, that guy tells the truth. He's dependable. And that is the key. We'll talk about how to work that later, but that is just a fact of life. No one can look at me and say, and not come to me and say, I'm not going to that Cleon guy. He's a little shady. No one can say that about me. No one, all right? In fact, people come to me because of my truth, all right? And I can back it up with facts. Listen, it goes back to that last line. Now it gets moving. Make people feel that hope lies within you for them. I want you to picture yourself as being as a rock. Rocks are solid. Rocks ain't going nowhere. I want everybody to think of you as a rock, okay? If you haven't had this conversation before, here it is, the way it was transcribed to me from my dad, all right? Here it is. All right, moving forward. No foundation, no success. All right, so today's point, we're about to rock and roll now. We're gonna talk about understanding your talent. We're gonna talk about educating yourself to understand your talent. Getting certified with a degree or certification or license with your talent. Finding employment with your talent. And my favorite, being the boss with your talent. I know one of you guys in here out here is a great photographer. Hey, let's maximize that. Let's maximize that with these principles today. All right, step one, understanding your gift. What is my gift? It's something that you do well or like to do. Pretty much, it's that easy. All right, you're passionate about it. You do this thing better than a lot of people, a whole lot of people, and you do it well. That's a gift. You are happy when you do it. When you do this, you are very happy. Okay, let's say someone, my photographer, man, when you're taking pictures of people, man, that's a rush. For me as a trainer, when I'm out here training people, getting them to lose weight, that is a rush. I'm happy when I'm doing that. That's mine. That's what I do, right? But here's another one. Other people. Here's the key. Listen to me, guys. Other people like seeing you do it. Wait a minute. Not only am I good, people like to watch me be good at what I do. Huge. That's when you know you got magic, son. You got magic. All right, so here's what I'm good at. Take a 2-minute video. This is one of the things I do. All right. I tried to be secular about this book, but I can't. Something's working within me.
DJ was already an incredible person, and then he wrote a book.
I
a person that stopped believing. Well, you will meet me there. And if not, you will see the works that help me get there.
If you want to know how to change and learn how to change from the inside out, you read this book.
Money is a real thing. It's a part of it. But what I show in the book, and I'm telling my young people out there, I'm walking you through business. This is a real business lecture 101. It's not the brain that's going to keep you sustained. It's your influence. How well do you impart influence and love in people? How do I make you rich by a conversation we had?
It's going to help you no matter what situation, no matter what trials or tribulations you're going through. It's going to give you that ammo that you need.
Watch God grow inside of me. Watch him show me why this went wrong to get to right. To him to say, you know what, God? I needed the tragedy too. I needed to feel loss. I needed to feel grief. I needed to feel let down. And thank God you've got me where I'm at in my marriage, with my kids, with my family, so I can see the blessings and I can tell somebody else how all those things I went through in the past got me where I'm at today.
You can get through anything if you just keep the faith and walk through that valley and don't give up. Don't turn back. Don't look back. Just keep looking forward. And the goal is right there. You just have to keep pushing forward.
Keep your brains in your head. Keep your heart in your chest. Keep your pee-pee in your pants. And that's it.
That's great advice.
This will stay in your hearts for the rest of your life, and it will conquer the demons that lie in your mind.
All right, now, well, okay, CJ, I see where you're at. You're an author. No, that's not what I am. That is not what I am, and that's not the point I'm trying to make, guys. I'm good at inspiration. I do many things, but what I am good at is at being inspiring. That means I can do anything. I've risen to the level where I'm more than just a trainer. I'm more than an author. I'm more than a motivational speaker. I'm more than an entrepreneur. I'm just freaking inspiring. I can do anything. And that's where I want you guys to get to a place where you can be anything. Moving forward. I hope everybody's getting these little nuggets of wisdom here. All right. All right, so you need to educate yourself to get stronger. There's no running from it. You need to educate yourself to get stronger. And here's the key. We're getting there, guys. You need to find people who are like you and are even better than you, who can teach you, okay? You need to surround yourself with people that are better than you, who can teach you. I keep thinking back to when we talk about Kobe Bryant. I remember riding to a restaurant with him, and he never put mediocre people in his mouth when he was speaking. He was only talking about Jordan. Even if he was if he didn't like you and you were great, he'd speak of your name. But if you weren't in his sphere, he wouldn't even speak of you. He'd like Bill Russell. I think of people like that. You know, me, when I think of my mentors, I don't hang with anybody that can't bring me up. Not bring me up as a dependency, but I can learn from and grow with, okay? Grow with to be my own person, okay? It's important. If you can't learn from someone and you're not learning, that is not your friend. Now, you can take care of people, be nice to all people, have people that you like and are affectionate to, but when it comes to self-growth, you have to surround yourself with people who are better than you. So let's just say Eve is a teacher. Well, she's not going to find mentorship, I'm sure, in her first couple of years with the worst teacher in the world, right? That's not what she did. So if you're going to be a photographer out there, right? You're going to be a hairdresser out there or a teacher. I suggest that you go find a photographer and stick under that person for mentorship. You can only learn to get better and enhance your style. You know, I think of rap moguls like Puff Daddy and people like that. They sat under people and became better. No one's going to change your formula. You're just grabbing the tools that are going to make you better, okay? Don't hang. You can hang out with anybody and be friendly with anybody, but don't keep in your circle people who are weaker than you. just as passionate or better. That's the only way you grow. I only run with lions. I don't run with cats. Okay? Seek out mentors. It's so important. Seek out someone, and it doesn't have to be in your field. Just someone that's good at what you do, what they do. Man, how do you do it? Because I'm telling you, the formula, if you're successful, is the same. It doesn't matter if they make $100,000 a year. It doesn't matter if they make $1 million a year. People are going to get theirs however what. But if they're successful and providing for themselves and making a difference in people's lives, you need to find out that formula. And I'm giving you some of these nuggets right now in session 1. I can't wait to bring these other speakers in. When it comes to school, choose electives, classes, courses outside or inside schools that match your talent. Why are you wasting your time with this when you need to be taking an optical lens class? That benefits you, okay? Don't be lazy about it. If you're gonna be the greatest photographer, you need to take some classes, okay? If you're gonna be the best braider, well, you need to hang with some people that can teach you how to braid hair even better, okay? You just have to choose electives and choices that match your talent and make you better, okay? That's just a fact of life. You need to focus on excellence daily, even on things you don't like. Okay, so let's say this is not in my subject wheelhouse, but yet I need this to get this certification or degree. Guess what? Be the best at it. I used to think college classes, some of my college and high school classes had nothing to do with what I was going to do in life. It does. If you can master discipline in things you don't like, when you master discipline in things you like, it's so much easier and so much sweeter. Trust me. As successful as I am now back in school. And the reason why I'm mastering school much better than when I did when I was young is because I realized the connection between the disciplines I'm learning and enhancing my life. This is the truth. This is the absolute truth. So let me go back to my time machine and tell you, if you are in school, do not quit. Try to master everything, okay? You'll make sure your C might be somebody else's A. I don't care, but if C is the best you got, get that C in that, but get that A in that thing that you're good in. It's so important. It's so important. You are capable, okay? Got to get uncomfortable. This is huge, okay? This is the difference between a real one and a player, all right? A real one and a player. Legit and illegitimate. Get a certification or degree in your gift, if it's possible, okay? Hairdresser, their certifications. Personal trainer, certifications. Photographers, their certifications and licensing, okay? Get it. Here's why. Here's why. Work hard now is going to be easy for you now. Certifications and degrees show credibility and work ethic. Certifications or degrees show credibility and work ethic. It builds trust with clients or people giving you money. Now, you're the client. And let's just use personal training, for instance. Man, I need a trainer, dude. So you see some dude in the park that's doing muscle ups and doing all that stuff. He's so, hey, yo, man, hey, man, can you train me? Oh, yeah, dog, I'll train you, right? Okay, so you're training with him and you get hurt. That trainer never educated you and got you hurt, okay? Or that person just never shows up. There's nothing, no insurance, nothing that covers him or you if something happens to you. But then you come to me, you see old CJ, you see his business license on the wall, you see all of his certifications, you know that he put in the work, you know he has the education. When you show up at his office, he's got all kinds of charts and figures and he's analyzing your body, making sure that you're seeing your growth. So what do you want? You want Joe Blow muscle up on the park? Or when you're investing your money in someone who's certified, a certified technician, who do you want? The certified, the licensed, the insured, the one that put in the work, or the one that's just doing the muscle ups? Oh, you can choose. I'm not saying you can't get results either way, but at the end of the day, this guy knows his stuff and can take you so much further than doing muscle ups in the park. I'm just saying, all right? All right. Hopefully I explained the difference, all right? But any facet in life, you know what? There are many teachers out there without licenses, right? Many that call themselves teachers, but they didn't do the work that Eva Joseph did. They didn't do the work Jackie did, all right? They didn't do the work. They did not put in the work. Why would you go to them? Why would you go to them? Go to somebody that put in the work. They're going to come to you because you put in the work and they're giving their money away and they expect value. That's why certifications, degrees, and license are so important. Guys, it's easy. I just answered the question. It shows that you put in the time. It tells people that you put in the time. When I sit in a dentist chair and I see 5 certifications on the wall, dang, I gotta trust her a little bit. She's got certifications on the wall. I get a little nervous when I don't see nothing. All right, feel me on that one. Feel me, it's important. It doesn't make you better than, but it sure does give you credibility. All right, how easy do you want it? With credibility, it's easier. Point 4, now, we're speaking of 2 types of people. Right now, I'm speaking to the person who wants to have a career and work for somebody and excel in a firm or a corporate firm. This is who I'm talking to. I'm gonna speak to the boss in a second. Here's how you get hired with your gift. Your preparation, all the stuff we talked about before, educate yourself, those simple tools of being honest, having integrity. Your preparation leads to your hiring. Your discipline leads to your hiring, period. Your past is your future. Every day is an oral interview. The worst supervisor I ever worked for told me this. And out of all this, I hated this guy. But out of all the stuff he said, that, for whatever reason, stuck to me and held true. What you do today, being friendly with everybody, helping people out, having integrity. People are watching you every day. It goes back to what I say, man, who can I call to depend on? Who is dependable? Who can I call on? Man, Keyshawn, man, that dude. I don't know what he does for a living, but I know he shows up on time. I know he's truthful. I know he put in that work. Dang, I know he takes good pictures. What else is he good at? Every day is an oral interview. Sorry, guys. Every day is an oral interview. Remember that. Applying for a job with your talent is so much easier than applying for a job that's not. So if you want to be a photographer and there's a job they're looking for, it's going to be so much easier to interview for that job because that's what you do well. That's what you do well. You're going to show your happiness. So wait a minute. So I'm a photographer. I'm going to go down and interview for McDonald's. How happy is that interview going to be? I mean, you could get the job, but are you taking a job that's going to show your energy? Okay? Put yourself in the best light with your gift. Make the best bet and go there. That's what I'm saying. All right? Watch out for pitfalls that hinder you. Now, this is big, guys. Now, listen, I know you Generation Xers and Zers and all this, the millennials are big on social media. But guess what? If you want to get hired on a company, you need to make sure, this is just real talk. This is not even concept. You just need to make sure you sanitize your social media, okay? The crazy stuff, the sexual innuendo, the twerking, gang signs. I know we weren't, guess what? We were all doing that when I was coming up. We just didn't have it posted on social media every day for people to see, all right, and then judge their opinion about it. You guys have it now, and just because you hit the delete button doesn't mean it's not gone. Trust and believe. So starting today, if you're hearing me, sanitize your social media, okay? Because if you're looking for a job, it's not that, well, no, people are judging you. They may have a policy that says no discrimination, no this, no that, we take all comers. But guess what? You're leaving it to a person's perception. And if I'm CEO of such and such, and I need to know that I can trust that you can run my company in a professional manner, then I don't need to see videos of my employees twerking all day if I'm going to hire you, throwing gang signs, smoking weed, legal or not. I just need to know that I have a responsible person. So please don't let social media hinder your gift. Unless you're like in an RT, like film and RT kind of films, you can get away with a lot of stuff, real talk. But in the corporate world, people are about protecting their brand. So they're not going to hire. First thing they do, they look at your resume. We don't judge anybody. But guess what? It takes nothing for me to type your name in. and then find you out on social media and then see what you're really about. All right, be careful of that. I'm just warning you, I'm telling you. Once you get hired, I need you to freaking be excellent. Because you got the job doesn't mean you stop showing up early. Just because you just got the job doesn't mean you stop showing work ethic. That continues. Later on, we're going to talk about how to conduct yourself navigate in these spaces. Okay? The biggest thing I can tell you is a calm, strong demeanor will carry you through a lot. But we'll talk about that way later. Be excellent. Show up early. Be the last one to go. See where you can help your boss. Because when you help your boss, he's going to give you wisdom nuggets to be successful when you break off and do your thing. Trust and believe that happens. It happened to me. I've worked for an agency for 26 years, and they have educated me, given me educational tools to be successful in other aspects of life, because I always sought the knowledge in my craft. The formula for success is the same. Okay, you can get those tidbits from anywhere. All right. All right. Now, this is for, and I think there are entrepreneurs on here. Some of you guys can totally shake your head yes with this. Being successful by being the boss. If you're the entrepreneur type, here you go. Here you go. Here's how we find success. Having your own business within your talent is true freedom. I didn't say you wouldn't have debt. I wouldn't say some days you wondered whether you're going to have rent to pay the next lease. I didn't say all that. I'm just saying having your own business within your talent is true freedom, okay? I'm a hairdresser. I opened up a hair shop. I've got people working under me, vendors or employees. Man, this is the dream. I'm recognized as, man, there's nothing more addicted to that. I'm a fitness trainer. I have a fitness gym. It's mine. I have vendors who train under me. I have 2 employees that work under me. I'm on TV, the radio, whatever, doing my thing. There is nothing more freer than that. Guys, you will always pay taxes. You may run into debt from time to time. You're going to have successful runs. But the free part is that you chose a profession and running a business on what you do well. That's crack. That's successful crack. All right, there you go. One thing about being the boss, you set your own rules and time slot that work for you. Maybe 6 o'clock in the morning is not good for you. Maybe 12 o'clock for you is prime time for you. You have to realize what works for you. Maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to get up that early, but if I'm successful at it, I'm going to get up that early to make it happen if I'm good at it. You set your own rules and guidelines and make it happen. Welcome, Sadia. Again, you can set your own hours, your own pace, and your own policies. Now, when we get into the details of further, we'll talk about what policies to set in your businesses, but I want to keep it foundational today, okay? Because policies are huge. It builds trust in your clients, but you get to set your own times, and that's beautiful. Listen, you tell people what to do. Guess what? I'm in a profession where I tell my clients what to do, all right? It's a beautiful thing. They're paying me to tell them what to do. But at the same time, I don't underestimate that I am providing a service. So I don't take that for granted, right? I have vendors that I tell what to do. I can tell them whether they can train here or not. I have employees that if I want them here at 5 instead of me, they will be here at 5, but I do it with a smile. There's a way to do that, all right? And we'll talk about that way later in a more detailed session. Man, and you help when you're the boss, doing what you love, and you employ others that doing what you love too. It's huge. They're not going to be with you forever, but when they leave, I want them to say, I want my employees to say, I learned something from CJ, and I'm going to be bigger and better than him, right? But I'm always look back and say, man, CJ was the guy that did it for me. That's huge when you're a boss. Huge, okay? You want that, all right? I get goosebumps thinking about the people that I've inspired. When you're an entrepreneur, you have the freedom more than anything to inspire. People will call you for public speaking, not because you know about politics. It's just you're good at what you do, so they trust your opinion about politics, okay? You'll do TV interviews. Wait a minute, but I'm a chef. But because you're the best darn chef and you have the best chefing company, we want to hear how you feel about such and such. You inspire people because you're developing a term called excellence. And I hope that sits in with you. We are almost there, guys. Almost there. This is my favorite part. You are the expert and the authority, okay? It doesn't mean there's nobody bigger and better out there, but in your sphere, when you step into CJ's Functional Fitness, I am the expert. I am the authority. When I write my book, I'm the authority. When I sit on my podcast, I am the authority. There's nothing like that. I feel like I'm sitting on my Wakanda throne and I'm chilling and looking at my kingdom, all right? No matter if it's 20 people in here or 2 people in here. I am the expert. I am the authority. And no one can take that away, especially because I got my certifications license and 20 some odd years in the business. See how it's circular, guys? I hope you see the formula, guys. I want you to see it. Be the boss. Okay, here it is. Guys, the world is yours. For real. For real. Someone had that conversation with me. My father, one of my mentors, Charles Evans, a couple other people, they sat back and pretty much told me in their own special way, the world is yours, but you have to affirm it today. Man, let Cleon Joseph, CJ's Functional Fitness Foundation, and all the guests that I have tell you the same thing. The secrets are unlocked now, okay? What is your gift? How are you going to go about harnessing it? I definitely want to hear from that. Now, listen, before we get into some question and answers, or just goodbyes, or for next time, I've tricked you guys. You are no longer hidden. CJ's Functional Fitness Foundation, Foundational Principles of Success. My pledge is to bring you the mentors you so long deserve to set you on a path for greatness. There is room for you at the table. If you reach out, my team will reach back. You are a success. Boom. All right, I'm gonna come out this PowerPoint. And guys, if you wanna show yourself, fine. If not, if you have questions, I've got a few minutes to have a little conversation with you guys. Let's see, got Sadia, oh, my good friends. I had Margaret, okay, welcome Margaret, Keyshawn, Jackie, Jacqueline. This is the foundational phase. So I have more speakers that will come and talk about overcoming setbacks, talking about handling finances, give you the cheat codes to get you going, handling your credit, things of that nature, all not selling you stuff. We're pushing you in a place to be successful. We're giving you the conversations that some people didn't get to have to be successful. Today was about foundational and finding your gift. I'd love to know what your gifts are. I'd love to know how you're going about it. I'd love to answer some questions. I've got a few minutes. Actually, I got a few minutes. I ended just a little early. I always worry about time management, but I got time. So now it's time to have a conversation. So if you have a dream, I'd like to know it. Put it out in the universe. We'll talk about it. Tell me how you're going about it. If you have a question, I'm going to take a few minutes and hear you. If there are no questions, you can put it in the chat. Eva, I see one message in the chat box, but go ahead and I can unmute. I'll unmute you guys. Eva, I think you have to do that. Ask all to unmute.
No, we can all unmute ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, well, look at that. I gave y'all freedom. All right. So Keyshawn, I think I hear a man's voice. That must have been Keyshawn, I'm assuming. All right.
Yes, sir. This is Keyshawn.
Keyshawn. All right, now, brother. I mean, I know you're a young man. All right. First of all, let's talk about, I want to hear what your vision is. What is your dream? It could be many visions. You can do it all. But what's the key thing that gets you going, my man?
Oh, I would say it would have to be just going out shooting every day, whether it be video or photography, and obviously making money off of it, being successful in it.
Okay. Now, when did you start taking an interest in your photography?
A long time ago. I want to say when I first took a picture with my dad's phone, with the first iPhone, like 2008, 2009. So I was like, oh, I like this. This is cool.
All
I
right.
take pictures.
Well, let me ask you this, because I like to get deep. You took the pictures. And let me ask you, did it put you on pause for a minute? I mean, did it hit like it would for somebody else? Like, man, this is it. How did that feel? Describe it. Here's why I say describe it. I said every day is an oral interview.
Mhm.
6 other people online listening to Keyshawn's dream. Your dream is etched into our dream. We want to hear about it. We may want to utilize you in the future. What was it that popped? Because this is your commercial, man. Go.
Well, it honestly felt magical. Like, if you want the real opinion, I seen an angle of the world that no one else can see because no one else is at my height. No one else has my eyes or creative picture in the brain as far as like colors and lighting and just light science. So the way I seen shadows move, or the way I seen certain lights hit certain buildings or people or just other things, it was just very magical to me. And it's always been magical because I used to be afraid of the dark because I couldn't see anything, you know? So like when I was able to see things, I liked it. It just felt magical.
That's deep. You know, I felt the same way when I started my business. And because it felt magical, every time I made a progression, every progression moment was a magical experience. From people praying for me out of nowhere, you know, I want you to be the best trainer, people predicting what I would be. It's going to get it. I feel you on that. I see it. Jacqueline, you have a dream. What's your dream, lady? And you're never too old, never too young to dream. Oh, you got to come off mute.
Of course, I was saying all the time, my success is driven within me because it started at an early age, and it started where I had to get out and adventure on my own at an early age of 16. So I became homeless, and when I became homeless, it humbled me. And from the humbleness came my driven and my desire to be successful in my career path. So during that career path, I was able to have my children, raise my children, and still be able to get back into it with educating myself. And from there, I evolved into opening up a business and becoming an entrepreneur. And from that entrepreneurity, I became now what I am, a professor, and teaching and giving back what was taught to me and given to me at an early on age. So I'm well driven in my career path with that. And it's come to a point now where I'm deriving, and I see it as far as on my vision board as to opening up some type of schooling where I can give these fundamentals that was actually taught to me and give it back to our young youth in our community, and actually hopes that they have the same vision of understanding how it is, how life can be. You can have something and then turn around and have nothing and be humble.
Wow. We're going to have an episode called Overcoming Obstacles. So that's awesome. I love how the bug hits you. And there are many people that have that story. They go to homelessness and then the dream hits them there. If you can come out of there and be where you're at today, that takes a lot of discipline, and all the stuff that you've probably gone through in life, that takes a lot of discipline. Somebody's watching that, and I can see them on the podium saying, man, I owe it all to this lady right here because I watched her get that struggle on. Well, you know, I see Margaret. Like I said, you kind of came in kind of late, but I want to hear from you, Margaret. I mean, how are you feeling about the foundational principles, and how has it worked for you as far as being a success? And it's optional. You can just wave, chat. I'm shy. It's okay. All right, so I'm not hearing from Margaret, so we're gonna move to. I see Sadia say, "Oh no, Margaret is here." Margaret, hello.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having this session. I was just, it came up on my LinkedIn, and I was kind of wanted to, from some of the posts you put on LinkedIn, I was kind of curious to see, how, what you had to say. and it's really been, inspiring, and it looks recorded, so I hope more people can, are able to hear it or listen to this session. But myself, obviously, I'm a mom, and I'm in healthcare as well. But I'm also talking about, you talk about inspiring. I feel like, in terms of, I'm always ready to give people, people come to me for advice, and I always say, I'm not an expert, but this has been my experience. And that has kind of inspired me to get into, starting my own business and trying to, I learn from others, but also would like to share some of my expertise, per se, both through some of the things I've gone through and also through academics. So,
The common theme I like about what everybody said so far, and we're almost done. I got 2 more people I got to hit up, right? You'd be surprised. Is share not only gifts, they're harnessing their gift, but also sharing. Once you're good at something, you guys just can't hold it to yourselves. And I can hear that from all of you guys. You guys have to put that out there to the world. I like what you said, Margaret. And that's what I'm transcribing from that. You totally want to take this gift and share it, and it will happen. But it takes these principles. Yes, this is recorded, and I'll put this up, and I will also do this again. We're going to do it once a month, but I may redo this one because it's the first one. So when I put it up, you can tell a friend that this is legit. Y'all need to be here next Saturday, because I'll do this again. Let me move down the aisle. I got 2 more people to talk to. Sadia Sanders, the founder of the Urban Spinter, one of the people that I like to carry with me, better than me or with me. I learned. Sadia, hey, share.
All right. Sadia is watching from her TV, so we may not be able to hear her.
Oh.
So let's check in. She could do a voice check or mic check. I can hear you, Sadia. Yes.
Okay, CJ, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Cool.
Okay.
Good job. All right.
Yay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna call on people to speak now, CJ. I just came in here.
No, hey, you can be brief. You can be brief. We're almost done. I just want to acknowledge you. I gave you a choice.
Okay. Well, I have had multiple short-term businesses, and that really just came out of a need for more financial gain. Being single and not having a mate or partner to help with those finances, to be able to do the things that I want to do in life, like buy property or just be able to help my parents, or just not be struggling, living from paycheck to paycheck, really was the inspiration behind some of those businesses. At one point, I was teaching CPR, where I was a consultant. So I was basically hired by these different organizations to come in and teach. And from that, I was able to get a grant to be able to teach free to the community, people who may be childcare workers and things like that have to have that training for their job. And that amount of money was what I used to then put the down payment on my first home. So it's really, for me, has just come out of necessity. I'm the type of person where I don't know if I want to be a boss as far as employees. Because I've supervised people before, and I'm just like, I just want to do me, and that's it, But like CJ mentioned, right now I have a brand for single women called Urban Spinster, and that's basically a healthy mindset around being single past 30. And so with that, I'm hoping to have that brand open me up to some speaking opportunities, some other branding partnerships and things like that. So at some point, I know I need to hire a team, whether that be a videographer, a photographer, somebody editing, or helping get me from point A to point B. I know I can't do it by myself. So trying to get that team together is definitely what I need help with, and just finding the right people. Because the trust factor is really big for me, because I've seen people kind of fall because of the others that they had around them, or the team that they chose to build. And then they have to kind of start all over again. So hopefully, you'll touch on that too.
Yes. Oh, yes. I realized I got to a point where I could not do it myself. I totally understand where you're coming from. And I had to find segments to build a team. Now, teams are for a season. Sometimes they roll all the way with you. You're kind of like me. You can do it all yourself. But yes, there will be a time where you need to put together a team. I've done that a couple of times in life, and we'll talk about that. Why? Matter of fact, I'll bring some of those team members in that are specialized in utilizing a team. So we will segment that out in one of our segments. Thank you so much, Sadia. And then last but not least, Eva, give you a quick minute and then I got to close out. Eva, are you living the dream? I think you are.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eva. I'm a health educator, and pretty much the principles that CJ explained, master your craft. So not just a teacher or educator, but I went on to get my master's degree as well. Also my administrative credentials. So when the time is right, then I can move on and elevate to a higher position, at which point I so choose to. I'm also CEO, assistant CEO of CJ's Functional Fitness. So I work with CJ, my husband, on his business, adventures and accomplishments, and as well as being a mom and raising two girls. And that's a huge part of my life as well. My youngest one is almost college bound. My oldest one is pursuing her goals in college. And so it does take a lot of commitment to be a mother and to raise successful kids. So I don't take that lightly. But in everything that I do, I continue to learn and I continue to grow. But this has been great. Thank you, CJ.
Wow, perfect. We started on time. We're going to end on time really quick. Well, actually, we're a little over. I'd rather be late doing something good. So here's the deal, guys. This is session 1 of CJ's Functional Fitness Foundation's foundational principles of success, generally for our youth, but also can be for young at heart. It's never too late to start a dream. Listen, we're working on our landing page. The nonprofit's been around for a while. I just decided to activate it today. We'll talk about how later on, once the landing page is established, and how you can help us grow. It's no big deal. I'm ready. I can do this for nothing, but I would like to grow it. I need a team. So we'll talk about that later. Listen, all I'm saying is, this is from the heart. Today was the day I had to do this. All right. And I tell God, I said, hey, give me a mission. And I know you're going to take care of it. This is my mission now. This is my new extended mission. Okay. Foundational principles of success. At the end of September, we'll have another one. Hopefully we'll have another guest. If not, it'll be me again. We can detail some stuff that we talked about, but I believe I have a guest, Richard Jurgen, former football player, survived a massive injury and now became a business mogul and a nonprofit himself. And he will give you the formula his way. I don't want to make people follow a format because everybody's success is different, but you'll hear the same format in their success. He might want to stand and speak. He might want to have a PowerPoint. I don't know. Or I have a De Lamar in line. I have Jesse Campbell in line. I have hopefully I can get people like Ariva Martin. I'm in talks with her, trying to get her in. I'm working on it. There are some people that I have in my mind that we're going to have every month, and we're going to grow this thing big. This is the only way we can help our community. Someone has to reach back in their success and tell them. And yes, I wanted to have it here live and have like salads and stuff like that for everybody, but we're in a pandemic. Once that clears up, we'll have it here in my office studio. I'm looking forward to you guys. Listen, I'll record this. I'll put this up on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Please share, tell them if you enjoyed this, tell them this has been useful. Keyshawn, I'll be seeing you in the near future. You're already pre-hired for a gig, so you get ready. And remember all the principles as we get started. I can't wait. Jackie, God bless you. Margaret, hey, tell them on LinkedIn, this was the real deal. This is real, coming from the heart. We're going to heal our community. Saida, you know what to do. I'll see you on the show. Eva, I love you. You've been married to me almost 24 years. You've been with me, Jesus, since I was 17, half my life. I appreciate you. I appreciate you right here in this.
Thank you.
God bless you. I love you. You guys take care. Yes, foundational principles.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, CJ.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eva.
Let's go.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.